What if I told you that embracing a single mindset could transform every challenge into a stepping stone, every delay into a divine orchestration, and every fear into unwavering trust? In this video, we'll dive into the first of 7 profound Stoic truths. Trust the timing, not the timeline, revealing how letting go of control can paradoxically empower you to act as if everything always works out for you. Have you ever found yourself racing against an invisible clock, convinced that life isn't unfolding as it should? This relentless pursuit of personal timelines often leaves us exhausted, comparing our journey to everyone else's highlight reels. There was a time when I, too, felt the gnawing anxiety of unmet expectations, constantly pushing against the current, rather than flowing with it. I remember drafting elaborate 5-year plans, down to the minute details, only to be crushed when reality deviated even slightly. It felt like I was perpetually fighting my own life, measuring my worth against an arbitrary schedule. Epictetus, the great Stoic philosopher, profoundly stated, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And a significant part of self-mastery is releasing the illusion that we can dictate time itself. Life, in its infinite wisdom, simply does not operate on our individual schedules. And true freedom begins when we truly internalize this. It was only when I began to shift my perspective, to genuinely act as if everything would work out in its own perfect timing, that a profound peace settled within me. I stopped battling the pace of my journey, and the constant, debilitating comparisons to others faded away. I learned to view delays not as personal denials, but as divine orchestrations, intricate pieces of a larger puzzle I couldn't yet see. This isn't about passive inaction. It's about working with intention, yet without desperation. It's about taking action from a place of deep trust, rather than being driven by fear or anxiety. Imagine the relief of knowing that every effort you make, every step you take, is part of a grand design that ultimately serves your highest good, even if the immediate outcome isn't what you anticipated. This perspective allows you to breathe, to truly live in the present, and to recognize that some opportunities are simply meant for a different season. Trusting the timing means finding an unwavering peace in the current alignment between your earnest efforts and your profound surrender to the flow of life. It's about understanding that you do and need everything to perfectly align before you can experience peace. That peace is available to you right now, in this moment, precisely because you choose to trust. So, stop postponing your peace until everything falls into place. Embrace the wisdom that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, even when it feels like a detour. This is how you cultivate the deep, unshakable conviction that everything always works out for you. Is it possible to genuinely love everything that happens to you, even the hard, brutal, unfair things? Imagine a world where every single setback isn't a dead end, but a hidden blueprint for your next big breakthrough. This isn't just about positive thinking. It's about wielding a mindset so powerful, it transforms adversity into advantage, turning every stumble into a step forward. Let's dive deep into 2 profound Stoic truths that empower you to act as if everything always works out for you, truly trusting life completely. What if the very things you label as failures, misfortunes, or interruptions are, in fact, the essential ingredients for your future success? This idea is deeply rooted in the ancient Stoic concept of amor fati *, the love of fate. It's not passive acceptance. It's an active, genuine affection for everything that transpires in your life, especially the difficult parts. Think about it. The Stoics weren't just tolerating life's curveballs. They were embracing them as necessary components of a larger, perfectly designed whole. The philosopher Nietzsche echoed this sentiment, defining his formula for greatness as amor fati *, declaring that one should want nothing to be different, not forwards, not backwards, not in all eternity. This isn't some naive dismissal of pain. It's a radical embrace of reality, understanding that resistance to what is only multiplies suffering. Consider the story of a young entrepreneur, let's call her Sarah, who poured years of her life and all her savings into building an innovative tech startup. She faced one seemingly insurmountable obstacle after another. A critical investor pulling out at the last minute, a key team member resigning unexpectedly, and a major product launch that flopped spectacularly. Each time, the world seemed to conspire against her. Initially, Sarah was devastated, feeling like a victim of circumstance, overwhelmed by dread. She questioned her abilities, her vision, everything. But after wallowing for a brief period, something shifted. She remembered a phrase from an old Stoic text: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Instead of viewing these events as mistakes or interruptions, she began to see them as part of the journey itself. The failed product launch, for instance, provided invaluable feedback, revealing a fundamental flaw in her initial market assumption. The investor's departure, though painful, forced her to rethink her financial strategy, leading her to a more resilient, community-funded model she hadn't considered before. Each closed door gave her clear, undeniable information about the direction she should move next. Sarah's experience illustrates a profound truth. Setbacks are not just learning opportunities. They are the very muscles necessary for future flight. Without the struggle, without the resistance, those muscles wouldn't develop. Every failure is simply feedback, a data point, an instruction manual on what not do, or how to improve. By consciously reframing these setbacks as setups, Sarah transformed from a victim of circumstance into a student of life. She approached each challenge not with dread, but with an insatiable curiosity, asking, "What is this trying to teach me? How is this preparing me for something greater?" This mental shift allowed her to navigate the treacherous waters of entrepreneurship with a resilience that others found astonishing. She learned to embrace the difficulty, understanding that the path of least resistance rarely leads to lasting growth or true innovation. For Sarah, and for us, setbacks became less about what went wrong and more about what is being built within us, brick by painful, necessary brick. Now, imagine holding onto a grain of sand so tightly that it slips through your fingers, or perhaps worse, you crush it into dust. This vivid image perfectly captures the suffering caused by our relentless, tight grip on outcomes, on people, and on timelines. The Roman Stoic philosopher Seneca astutely observed, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This profound insight leads us directly to the second transformative Stoic truth: surrender control, strengthen trust. This isn't about giving up or becoming passive. It is, in fact, a radical act of self-awareness, a clear distinction between what truly belongs to you to control and what does not. Most of us walk through life under the illusion that we can dictate everything. We meticulously plan, strategize, and micromanage, only to be met with the unpredictable chaos of reality. The truth is, individuals actually control very little in the grand scheme of things. We cannot control the weather, the economy, other people's opinions, global events, or even how long our lives will last. What we can control, and what the Stoics urged us to focus on exclusively, are our own effort, our attitude, our integrity, and our response to whatever life throws our way. Surrendering control, therefore, means taking decisive action, putting in your absolute best without attachment to specific results. It means doing your part diligently and virtuously, and then releasing the outcome into the hands of a larger order, a cosmic plan, or simply the natural unfolding of events. It's like planting a seed. You provide the best soil, water it, give it sunlight, but you cannot force it to grow, nor can you dictate its exact shape or size. You do your best, and then you trust the process. This act of surrender is inextricably linked to building profound trust in life itself. It involves holding life with open hands, a metaphor for welcoming whatever comes, without clutching, without fear of loss. It's a deep-seated belief that what is truly meant for you will stay, will manifest, will arrive in due course. Conversely, what leaves, what doesn't work out, what takes a different path, was meant to teach you to let go. This isn't fatalism. It's an active partnership with existence. When we surrender our desperate need for specific outcomes, we free ourselves from the constant anxiety and disappointment that arise from unmet expectations. We allow ourselves to be guided, to be surprised, to discover possibilities we never would have conceived of, while stubbornly clinging to our own narrow vision. The story of Marcus, a dedicated artist, provides a perfect illustration. For years, Marcus meticulously planned his career, aiming for specific gallery exhibitions, certain awards, and a defined style he believed was his destiny. He worked tirelessly, but his grip on these outcomes was so tight that every rejection, every exhibition that didn't materialize, plunged him into despair. He felt constantly defeated, his creativity stifled by the pressure of his own expectations. One day, after a particularly harsh rejection, he felt a profound sense of exhaustion. He decided, almost out of desperation, to simply create for the sake of creating, to let go of the shoulds and musts. He surrendered his need for external validation and specific career milestones. He just painted what moved him, experimented with new forms, and enjoyed the process without attachment to the final product or its reception. Paradoxically, it was in this act of surrender that his work truly blossomed. His art became more authentic, more vibrant, more compelling. Opportunities he had never chased began to find him, not because he was trying to control them, but because his work spoke for itself, born from a place of pure, untainted creative flow. He learned that by letting go of the reins, he allowed life to carry him to places far more fulfilling and unexpected than his rigid plans ever could have. Ultimately, these Stoic truths, reframing every setback as a setup and surrendering control to strengthen trust, are two sides of the same coin, paving the way for a life lived with profound serenity and unshakable confidence. They teach us that true power lies not in controlling the external world, but in mastering our internal response to it. By embracing amor fati and distinguishing between what is ours to control and what is not, we cultivate a spirit that truly believes everything always works out, not because we force it to, but because we trust the inherent wisdom of life's unfolding. Imagine the freedom that comes from knowing deep down that you are perfectly equipped for whatever comes next, and that every twist and turn is precisely where you are meant to be. This isn't just a philosophy. It's a blueprint for an unshakable inner peace. Are you ready to discover how embracing discomfort and leaning into the unknown can unlock a potential you never knew you possessed? Ever feel like life's throwing curveballs, and you're just waiting for the perfect pitch to swing? You know, that moment when clarity strikes, and you suddenly know exactly what to do, how to do it, and that it's all going to work out flawlessly. We often delay our biggest moves, postpone our dreams, and hesitate on crucial decisions because we're chasing a phantom, the guarantee of certainty. We tell ourselves, I'll act when I know for sure, or I'll commit once the path is perfectly clear. But what if that certainty isn't something you find, but something you create? Imagine a vast, dense forest. You stand at its edge, compass in hand, a map crumpled in your pocket, but the path ahead is obscured by shadows and tangled undergrowth. You could stand there for days, weeks, even years, waiting for the mist to clear, for the sun to illuminate every single step of the way. You could consult every guidebook, analyze every twig, but until you take that first step, then the next, and the one after that, the true path remains hidden. This is the essence of what Epictetus meant when he advised, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Certainty isn't a pre-existing condition. It's an outcome of decisive action. It's built, brick by by each intentional movement forward, even when your hands are shaking and your mind is screaming, "I don't know." Consider Sarah, an aspiring entrepreneur with a revolutionary idea for sustainable packaging. She'd spent months, even years, perfecting her business plan, researching market trends, and networking with potential investors. Yet, whenever it came time to launch, to take that definitive leap, she'd freeze. What if the market isn't ready? She'd worry. What if I fail? I need more data, more guarantees. She was waiting for an undeniable sign, a cosmic green light that would assure her of success. Her paralysis wasn't due to a lack of preparation. It was born from the expectation of perfect clarity. Then, a mentor shared a profound insight with her. The bridge appears as you walk. Sarah realized she was seeking external validation for an internal commitment. She shifted her mindset. Instead of waiting for certainty, she decided to act with certainty. She launched a small pilot program, not knowing if it would succeed, but operating with the conviction that she would learn, adapt, and refine her approach with every single step. Her "I don't know" transformed into "I will try." This isn't reckless abandon. It's a profound trust in one's capacity to navigate the unknown, to consult inner wisdom, and to move forward with conviction, even when the future remains a blur. It's understanding that waiting for perfect clarity is often just fear wearing a sophisticated mask, hindering growth and preventing the creation of the very certainty we desire. But what if, even after taking those brave, uncertain steps, things don't go as planned? What if the path you forge leads to an unexpected detour, a setback, or even a perceived failure? Have you ever looked back at a challenging period in your life, a breakup, a job loss, a personal crisis, and only much later recognized it as a profound blessing in disguise? What if every single moment, regardless of how it initially appears, holds a hidden treasure, a secret lesson, or an invaluable gift waiting to be discovered? This isn't about forced positivity or denying genuine pain. It's about cultivating the mature wisdom to hold multiple truths simultaneously, understanding that, yes, this hurts, and yes, I'm growing. Consider Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, whose reign was a relentless saga of wars, plagues, and betrayals. By any objective measure, his life was fraught with immense difficulty and suffering. Yet, amidst this maelstrom, he chose gratitude. He famously wrote, "Think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." He wasn't blind to the suffering. He simply trained himself to be a treasure hunter in his own life, constantly scanning for the gift, even in the darkest corners. He didn't wait for things to be perfect to appreciate the present. He actively sought out the privilege of existence within the imperfection. Think about Elena, who poured her heart and soul into a creative project for months, only for it to be unexpectedly rejected. Initially, she was devastated, feeling the sting of failure and the weight of wasted effort. For days, she replayed scenarios, searching for what went wrong. But then, she remembered Aurelius's words. She decided to look for the gift. The gift wasn't in the rejection itself, but in the intense feedback she received, the unexpected connection she made with a fellow artist during the process, and the clarity she gained about her true artistic direction, which the initial project had actually masked. The rejection, in essence, was a redirection, a powerful lesson that recalibrated her compass. Or take the relationship that didn't work out, the job promotion that went to someone else, or the plan that fell through. Initially painful, these moments often create space for something far more aligned, more authentic, or profoundly transformative. This practice isn't about pretending everything is fantastic. It's about rewiring your brain to scan for gifts and growth instead of threats and problems. It's about developing the maturity to see absence as an opportunity and redirection as a divine nudge towards a better path. The profound truth is this: to truly trust life completely and act as if everything always works out for you You must simultaneously embrace the courage to step forward into uncertainty, creating your own certainty with each stride, and cultivate the wisdom to find the inherent gift in every single moment, no matter how challenging it may seem. This dual practice allows you to move through life not just with resilience, but with a deep, unwavering conviction that propels you forward, transforming obstacles into opportunities and doubts into drivers. So as you step into your week, what's one area where you've been waiting for clarity? And what's the very first shaky step you can take to create that certainty? And when things inevitably don't go precisely as planned, how will you become the treasure hunter of your own experience, actively seeking the hidden gift, the profound lesson, or the powerful redirection within that moment? The answers, I believe, hold the key to unlocking a life where you genuinely act as if everything always works out for you. Because, in essence, it does. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to navigate life with an unshakable sense of calm, as if they hold a secret that everything will always work out for them? It's not magic, and it's not blind optimism. It's a deep, practiced trust in life itself, rooted in ancient wisdom. This isn't about ignoring problems. It's about transforming your relationship with them. Today, we're diving into 7 Stoic truths that will help you cultivate this profound sense of trust and act as if everything is always working in your favor. Let's begin with the 6th truth, a principle that forms the very bedrock of this philosophy. This truth is to respond, not react. The entire Stoic philosophy hinges on a single powerful insight. While you cannot control the events that unfold around you, the traffic jam, the unexpected bill, the criticism from a colleague, you can always, without exception, control how you respond to them. This isn't just a clever mind trick. It is the source of all personal power and freedom. Reacting is the default setting for most of us. It's automatic, a knee-jerk emotional reflex driven by past conditioning, ingrained fears, and primal instincts. Someone cuts you off in traffic, and instantly, anger surges. You receive critical feedback, and defensiveness flares up. These reactions happen so fast, it feels like you have no choice. They are the chains that keep you tethered to the whims of external circumstances, leaving you feeling powerless and tossed about by the storms of life. Responding, on the other hand, is a conscious act. It is a deliberate choice made from your highest self, the part of you that is wise, centered, and aligned with your true values. The psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl articulated this beautifully. He wrote, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." Frankl discovered this truth in the most horrific conditions imaginable, within the walls of a concentration camp. Stripped of everything, he realized that his captors could control his body and his environment, but they could never touch his inner freedom to choose his own attitude, his own response. That small space, that sacred pause between what happens to you and how you react, is where all your power resides. So how do we access this space? How do we master this crucial pause? It begins with simple, intentional practices. When you feel a strong emotion rising, anger, frustration, anxiety, the first step is to simply pause. Don't speak. Don't act. Just take a deep breath. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. This simple physiological act sends a signal to your nervous system to calm down, pulling you out of the fight or flight mode of reaction. In that moment of stillness, give the emotion a name. Say to yourself, "This is anger," or "I am feeling fear." This act of naming creates a subtle but profound distance between you and the emotion. You are no longer consumed by it. You are the observer of it. From this place of calm observation, you can choose. You can choose wisdom over impulse. You can choose compassion over judgment. You can choose a constructive action over a destructive outburst. Choosing to respond powerfully doesn't mean you become a passive doormat. On the contrary, it allows you to act with greater strength and clarity. A powerful response is often characterized by composure and stillness. It's the ability to hold your ground and set firm, clear boundaries without resorting to emotional chaos. Imagine a parent calmly telling a child no and holding that boundary with quiet resolve, versus a parent who yells and loses control. Which one holds the real power? It's the one who responds from a place of centered strength, not reactive turmoil. By mastering the pause, you reclaim your power from the random events of the world and place it back where it belongs, within you. You learn to trust that no matter what life throws your way, you have the inner resources to handle it with grace and wisdom. This is the first step toward acting as if everything is working out for you, because you know that you can and will work it out. The seventh and final truth ties everything together. It's the principle that will truly shift your reality, become the evidence of what you believe. It's one thing to read these words and nod in agreement. It's another thing entirely to live them. A belief that is not embodied, that isn't put into practice through your actions, is little more than wishful thinking. You can say you trust the universe. You can affirm that everything is working out for you, but the universe doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to who you are being. Your energy, your vibration, your consistent actions. These are the signals that shape your reality. Wisdom, in the Stoic sense, is not what you know. It is what you do. Your daily habits, the small choices you make from moment to moment, these are the bricks that build the temple of your life. They are your true, living philosophy. I remember a time when my business was struggling. I was consuming every book and podcast I could find on success and mindset. I told myself, I believe in abundance, and I trust the process, but my actions told a different story. I was waking up with anxiety, constantly checking my bank account with a sense of dread and complaining to friends about how hard things were. I was saying one thing, but I was being another. There was a huge gap between my stated beliefs and my embodied reality. And so, nothing changed. The breakthrough came when I realized I had to become the evidence of my belief. I had to act as if I already had the success I craved. This didn't mean being delusional or spending money I didn't have. It meant changing my inner state and my daily actions to align with the person I wanted to become. Becoming the evidence means creating integrity or integration between your inner world and your outer world. It means closing the gap between what you claim to value and how you actually live. So I started my days with gratitude instead of anxiety. When I felt the urge to complain, I would pause and instead focus on a solution or find something to appreciate. I made a commitment to serve my clients with an energy of abundance and confidence, even when my bank account suggested scarcity. I stopped playing the victim. I stopped blaming the economy or the market and took radical responsibility for my own energy and my own choices. I decided that I was the source of my own security and success. And then something remarkable began to happen. The shift was subtle at first. A small, unexpected opportunity would appear. A former client would reach out with a referral. I would have a creative breakthrough on a difficult project. These were what some might call synchronicities or lucky breaks. But they weren't random. This alignment of belief and action creates a powerful momentum. It's like tuning a radio to the right frequency. Suddenly, the music comes through clear and strong. By becoming the evidence of your trust in life, you start to attract experiences that validate that trust. These experiences build on each other, creating a positive feedback loop that solidifies your belief into an unshakable faith. You no longer need to hope that things will work out, because you are actively participating in making them work out. You become a living, breathing testament to the truth that when you trust life completely and align your actions with that trust, everything in its own perfect time and way truly does work out for you. And there you have it. By learning to respond instead of react, and by embodying the very beliefs you wish, to see manifest in your life, you build a foundation of unshakable trust. You begin to walk through the world with a quiet confidence, knowing that you have the power to navigate any challenge with grace and to co-create a reality that is in harmony with your deepest truths. If these ideas resonated with you, let me know in the comments which of these 2 truths you're going to start practicing today. Your engagement truly helps our community grow. And of course, if you found value in this video, please give it a like, share it with someone who might need to hear this, and be sure to subscribe for more insights on living a wiser, more fulfilling life. Thank you for being here.